Intelligence is everywhere, and now it's being used more and more in the healthcare industry. 10% of nursing tasks will be AI-based by 2030. And listen to this. Doctors and hospitals are expected to spend $187 billion on AI in the next 6 years. That is according to the project management survey company QuickBase. Also, more doctors are relying on robots for surgeries, and that market is projected to be worth $40 billion in just 2 years. Well, this morning we are not only following the money, but we're going to look at the pros and cons of utilizing AI in medicine. Joining me right now is the author of the book. You're looking at it right there. It's ChatGPT and Healthcare, ER physician and AI expert, Dr. Harvey Castro. Dr. Castro, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
You have been practicing medicine for over 20 years, and we are now seeing this whole new development with AI entering the healthcare field. How is it being used in terms of these initial stages?
You know, it's kind of crazy how fast it's exploding.
Yeah.
Ever since ChatGPT, we are now hearing about it. But in reality, we've been using this technology for decades.
Okay.
And so how we're using it today is pretty simple. We're using AI to make your appointments. You know, how many times have you called a doctor and you're trying to get an appointment, you're going back and forth, playing phone tag. Now, a lot of systems, you're just having a conversation with the robot, and it's going to make that appointment for you. So that's really nice.
I didn't even realize that was AI.
Yeah,
right
that's
there.
all
so
AI.
It's kind of a subtle entry.
Exactly.
And it's kind of ramping up. Okay, so let's talk about AI and its ability to enhance some of those jobs. You talked about making appointments. And there are people saying that it's replacing jobs and medical positions. So where do you see that balance, and where do you see that going?
Yeah, well, some of the fun examples, as an ER doctor, obviously if someone's having a stroke, I need to know when seconds count.
Yes.
I need to know right away. So the AI, believe it or not, is reading the CAT scan in real time and sending me a text saying, hey, this person's having a bleed, and texting the radiologist and saying, hey, forget these other studies, bump this to the top, you need to read this now because they're having a bleed.
Okay.
And so imagine how I could save that life now.
Absolutely.
Now, on the other side, you know, people are saying, I'm going to lose my job. I'm scared.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, in medicine, it's about that human touch.
Yes.
You know, that empathy, that love towards another human being. I don't see AI replacing a physician. I don't see it.
Okay.
I see it augmenting how I work, augmenting my tools.
Okay.
Another quick example, 2 in the morning, I'm exhausted, I haven't slept. I have to bat 100%.
Every single time.
Every single time. I can't mess up 1%.
Right.
That's 1% too much. What if I had AI and I said AI plus human, it's going to be better than without AI. And I really believe that.
When you look at it that way and you say AI plus human, that will be better, are there any cons that you see as a physician when we look at AI as a whole and the capabilities?
Yes, unfortunately, there is something called bias. We're human beings, and the person that's programming these AIs are going to make mistakes. Yeah. And then if I don't catch that mistake as a human being, I may perpetuate that mistake, make that mistake worse.
Okay.
And then there's just other things like that, obviously the privacy laws,
Absolutely.
you know?
Absolutely. Well, we had a segment a few weeks ago, and our viewers probably remember this, where they're saying that some AI software now can deceive or get around the safety tests. And when you're looking at the need to be so accurate and so precise in medicine, that I would imagine is a concern for you guys in medicine.
Yes, it's kind of scary because I want to do whatever is best for my patients, but if AI is leaking that data to someone else, or they're able to hack the AI, or, you know, I've heard some horrible stories where people have these heart devices and people are able to hack those devices and drain their battery. So, I mean, we have to be very careful about how we use this technology.
Yeah. When you talk about being careful, you talk about the need for precision. Are there any legal concerns in doctors and hospitals using AI?
You know, that's a scary one, too. I talk to my colleagues and say it goes both ways. If we use it wrong, we are going to get sued, because at the end of the day, the physician's in charge. Yeah. But if we don't use it, like that case that I just showed you about the CAT scan, then we may be hurting people. So we have to look at it on both sides.
Well, there are pros, there are cons, as you so eloquently brought out, and we'll continue to watch the development of AI. But the one thing you pointed out, which I love, is you can't replace the human touch, the ability to sit down with your doctor, to feel the empathy, and to walk through your health care with a human being. We thank you for that. We thank you for your input this morning, Dr. Harvey Castro. See you next time.
See you.
Dominique?
Vanshan Howell.